Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of my regionals tournament. Again, it was up in Sydney. If you haven't seen part 1, click the little link up there, the little eye icon. Watch that first, then come here. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. And let's get into the battles. On to the fourth round. We're up 2-1 at the moment, but he has the one thing that I really didn't want to see, and that is Melmetal. Melmetal is kind of my crux in this regionals, so I really didn't want to see him show up. But he's got Melmetal, Skarmory, Bastiodon, Tropius, Medicham, and Azumarill. So as much as I was worried about Melmetal, I was kind of just hoping that he didn't bring it in. He can beat Muck handily. He can beat a lot of what I've got. So I led with Muck, really hoping that he went with Tropius, Medicham, or Azumarill, or Skarmory, because he could beat all 4 of those. He just couldn't beat either of the tanks, Melmetal or Bastiodon. Put in Venusaur for the Azumarill mainly, because I didn't want to be left in a bad matchup against Azumarill. Azumarill can really just tank if you don't have something to directly counter it. And then I brought in Skarmory, who can deal with the Tropius, the Medicham, and the Skarmory if need be. So yeah, again, really just hoping you didn't bring in the Melmetal, which was probably poor thinking, as you'll see pretty soon. So let's get into that. Leading with Mark, he brings in Melmetal. This is exactly what I didn't want to see. So we got straight away. And misclick, try to switch into Venusaur, which isn't the best matchup anyway, but switch into Skarmory, which is a terrible matchup. So that was a misclick, which is not good. Get the Sky Attack off anyway. We'll just shield this up, try and save as much face as we can. Rock Slide. Get off the charge moves that we can. Get off on his charged up energy. Double charge move, Thunderbolt. We'll just let this come through. Finish this off. Try and get us to the Venusaur. Hope that this can do a little bit better. But we're really in a corner here. Shield this up. Get to the Frenzy Plant. And this is all just with his first Pokemon. This is not good. He shields up. And he switches out with energy charged up to Skarmory. So we can switch into our Muck here. At least this is a positive matchup, and he is switch locked, but this isn't great for us, especially because he has shields, we do not. Now, here he accidentally shielded, and it paid off for him, to say the least. He did not know that Thunder Punch was coming, but yeah, that was an accidental shield that worked in his favour. Get off the Flash Cannon and finishes off straight away. Bring in our Venusaur. This is not going to go well for us at all. Frenzy Plant. And he's still got all 3 Pokemon here. Gonna finish this off with his Sky Attack. That's a terrible game. So yeah, he brought in Melmetal. Exactly what I didn't want. So we're gonna have to really ramp in the Melmetal counter by bringing in Medicham. Gonna bring him in as a lead, so that if he leads with Melmetal, there's the instant positive matchup. And if Melmetal isn't there, then I can switch out of Medicham into something else, just to try and get the Medicham into the right slot, because that's really what I want to do here. Really just desperate, get rid of Melmetal. So lead with Medicham, bring in Muck, because yeah, he can deal with 4 out of his team. So even if Muck was saved to the very end and I was able to take out 2, then Muck would be able to get that last slot, hopefully. And Skarmory was there to do the Medicham, Skarmory, Tropius job. So we'll get into the battle. So starting off with the Medicham mirror match, this isn't great for us because we wanted to keep our Medicham for the Melmetal, or the possibility of Melmetal in the back. So we're just getting off this Power Up Punch, powering up our Medicham a bit. We don't need to shield the first Power Up Punch, we want to shield up the later charge moves because they'll progressively get more damage as Medicham powers up. So they've got the charge move off first this time. And here's ours. Okay, let that one go through. So we've both got 1 shield sitting here by the looks of things. We're going to have to shield this up. And then we're going to get this Power Up Punch off and then get out of here so we can keep our Medicham healthy. So going into Muck here. Muck's going to finish him off. And this would actually be the perfect time for him to bring in Melmetal because Muck is not good against Melmetal. Bastiodon, the other tank in his team. So this is not good for us at all. Thunder Punch is going to be doing nothing to Bastiodon, and he's just going to be able to charge up a ton of energy on us. So yeah, he's farming us away. We get off these Thunder Punches, but they're doing absolutely nothing. We're not even going to get Bastiodon into the yellow by the time we're dead. Get off another Thunder Punch. And yeah, we pretty much know we're gone here. We need to get him to the yellow, as a matter of fact. So there you go. But still, he's got so much energy just charged up. Whatever gets brought in is just going to fall. So I tried to bring in Medicham to get off as much damage as possible. Not a whole lot. Flamethrower takes down. And now I've just got Skarmory. Another terrible matchup against Bastiodon. And he's got Charge Move ready. Here comes the Flamethrower. Already at half health. Hope to just finish off Bastiodon at the very least. Getting off that Sky attack because we just know that he has a whole lot of energy and we just want to finish him off. He uses the shield and we do manage to finish off Bastiodon, but this Sky attack against his Skarmory is not going to be able to save the day. The mirror match when we are so low on health it's never going to pan out. So it's a good game. So yeah, we got smashed there. And going into the 5th and final round, and this wouldn't be complete without versing the only other person from Newcastle that I hadn't already played in this tournament, Agent Magikarp. So he brought in Lantern, Azumarill, Medicham, Tropius, Skarmory, and Haunter. Now straight away, I feel like he's just not going to use Haunter, because I do have an underleveled Medicham. I don't know if I've used it against him in practice. But anyway, I'll lead with Muck. Muck can take on Azumarill, Medicham, Tropius, Skarmory. That's 2/3 of his team. I think Haunter beats him and Lantern definitely beats him. I'll bring in Skarmory to deal with the Medicham, the Tropius, the Skarmory. I think the Haunter. And Medicham can obviously deal with Medicham if need be. He can hopefully just get anything out of the way that I don't want around. So we'll get into the battle. Medicham might have been a bad choice actually, just saying. But anyway, into the battle. Leading with Muck, he brings in Lanterns. This is not a good matchup for us. So we're just going to charge up some energy and then switch out into Skarmory, which also isn't a good matchup. You know why? Because we misclicked. Medicham obviously wouldn't have been the best either, but yeah, if we were not trying to get a Skarmory, just an accidental click. So get off this Sky attack. We'll work with what we've got here. Nothing we can do. So we're going to shield this up because we want to protect our Skarmory, and we know we could finish off Lantern if he decided not to shield. So he does have 2 shields and we've got 0, so he's got the shields to burn, and he uses one of them there, and he's going to get the Thunderbolt to throw straight back. And Skarmory's gone, so I mean, at least we don't have to sit in there any longer. Going to get off this Thunder Punch that Muck charged up just because it's something. Instant damage, get rid of Lantern, and now see what he brings in. Skarmory. So this is a good matchup for us, and we're not actually that low on health either, so this is actually a pretty good situation. That's the only downside. He did have a shield, so we tried to switch in. Actually, no, we didn't. We were just looking at what we had, because sometimes you forget when you're in the heat of it. Get off this Thunder Punch just before we go down. It does half damage, which is pretty solid, but this is not looking like it's going to go great. We'll try and power up just to get any sort of boost we can. Almost finished off Skarmory, but he gets off the Sky attack before it goes down. Does a whole lot to us, and he actually takes us out before we get to his last. So I was really getting wrecked by that Lantern damage. The electrics are just destroying me in this tournament. So we brought in Venusaur. Should have brought him in the first round, probably instead of Medicham, but that's what this is for, learning. Regionals isn't the best time to learn, but we keep going through. So we bring in Venusaur as our lead, we'll bring Skarmory, and we'll keep Muck in the back because, yeah, Muck can beat 2/3 of his team. Even though we only saw Lantern and Skarmory of his team, he didn't even get to his third. I think this is good. Venusaur can beat Lantern, Muck can beat Skarmory, Skarmory can beat Skarmory if need be. I mean, it's a tie, but, you know. And, yeah, let's just get into the battle. Venusaur versus Azumarill. This is a great matchup for us, and he switches out straight away into Tropius. This is perfect. We get to farm the Skarmer the farmer, the hero of Vange. Here we are, finally. I never used Skarmory in Tempest Cup, so I didn't get to experience then, but oh, this feels sweet. Just being able to farm up the Tropius. Don't need to use any charge attacks because nothing Tropius can throw at us is going to do so much, and we'll just have charge moves ready to go on to the next one. This is basically a reverse of that earlier match with Bastiodon versus Muck, and finish off Tropius, and we've just got the charge moves ready to go. Really low health, but that doesn't really matter. Lantern, get off the Sky attack. Number 1. Gone. Number 2, just sinking them in anyway. We know they're not the best, but Skarmory's about to go down anyway. It's not like we're going to switch out. We're just going to go down We burnt a shield too, which is pretty good. So now we can bring back in Venusaur, who has a Frenzy Plant ready, destroy this Lantern, probably burn a shield, and there it is. But we've still got both shields ready to go for whatever he throws at us. So we want to keep Venusaur healthy, so here's shield number 1. We've got another Frenzy Plant, and he has no shields. Probably would have been better to charge up a bit more energy before using the Frenzy Plant, but that's alright, because he's got a Azumarill in the back. So this is just perfect. So now we've got Frenzy Plants ahoy, we've still got a shield, and he's got none, and down goes Azumarill. So that went really well. Just going to go into the same team again. Skarmory to farm the Tropius, Skarm and the Farmer. Venusaur with the lead, because he's probably going to lead with Lantern or Azumarill again, I assume. And then we'll have Muck in the back to deal with that 2/3 of the team, Medicham, Tropius, Skarmory, and Azumarill. So yeah, let's just get into it. And Venusaur vs Skarmory, this is a terrible matchup. So going to get straight out of there into Muck. Muck's basically a little bit of our sacrificial role, but that's right, it looks like he's staying in. So getting off this Thunder Punch, he might just be charging up energy, or he's just going to finish us off with these Sky Attacks, so that's his plan anyway. So we're going to shield up, because we know we can beat Skarmory with Muck. And he switches out into Lantern. Okay, so this is not a good matchup for us, but it's alright, we're going to get off this Thunder Punch. And it does a tiny amount of damage, but it is damage, and all damage is good damage. He's going to be able to finish off with that Thunderbolt. Not quite, but almost. And down we go. So now we can bring back in Venusaur to rip through this Lantern. We've only got 1 shield this time as opposed to 2, so we need to get this Frenzy Plant off as soon as we can. And he burns his shield, so we'll burn our shield here too. So he's still got a shield, but we'll be able to finish off with quick moves here. And now I've got energy charged up for whatever he brings in, or we're ready to switch. Skarmory, so we get the Frenzy Plant off just to do any sort of damage. He actually burns his shield, so this is good. We switch into our Skarmory, so we've got the mirror match. He has the slightest of energy advantages, but we have such a health advantage that it doesn't matter at this point. So Sky Attack hits us, and we get to send our Sky Attack straight back. And hoping that we'll be able to send him down with quick moves and have the Sky Attack ready, but he sends his other Sky Attack ready that he charged up a little bit of extra energy for, and down goes Skarmory. And we'll get this Sky Attack off onto whatever brings in unshielded. Tropius again. This is just beautiful. If you can't tell, I'm really enjoying just being in this seat that I've never been in before. Skarmory, the Farmery. Great. And good game. So we finished off with 3 wins, 2 losses. I was pretty happy with my performance. Didn't win, but that's alright. We actually finished with 5 people tying for the top spot with 4 wins and 1 loss. And in these tournaments, you don't use the tiebreaker points. So those 5 people had to battle it out. There was a mini tournament. The person who was highest globally got a bye, and the other 4 did knockouts. And then it was a final 3 who did a round robin, and the eventual winner was TKW 112. So congrats to TKW 1112. Yeah, congratulations. His rank skyrocketed up to about 126th, I think. My global rank went from 298th to 300th. So I played about exactly on par for where I was at, as a matter of fact. Rank has sunk since then because of other people doing their regional tournaments and Nightmare Cups to about 350 now. But that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's just a bit of fun. So yeah, congrats to everyone in this tournament, because there were a lot of good competitors. I had a lot of fun. And thanks to the people who organised this tournament. So there were a lot of you out there, so I wouldn't even know who to name. There were just so many. But seriously, thanks to you all. Thanks to the Sydney community for hosting. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. So I hope to see you all in the Season 2 regionals. Hoping that we all make it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one, and I'll see you in the next video.